Hello everyone, I am Pradnya. In this video, we are going to cover chapter number 12, that is dictionary. We shall be discussing how to create dictionary, how to access the elements of the dictionary, various operations on the dictionary, and various functions and method for dictionary manipulation. So let's get started. Let's try to understand what is dictionary. Dictionary is also one of the data type provided by the Python like list and tuple. It contains collections but in the form of key value pair. The elements of the dictionary we enclose in curly braces. And dictionaries are mutable, means we can change the content of the dictionary in place. This dictionary is just like the English dictionary where we will have the words and the meaning for that words. So the words are actually keys and the meaning is the value for that key. Now let's study how to create a dictionary. There are different ways to create a dictionary. So one by one we will study. The first way is initialization. Dictionary can be created by including key value pair in the curly brackets. So here is the syntax. First we have to mention the dictionary name and then we have to write the key value pair which are separated by comma and the key and value is separated by colon. One thing we should note down here, the keys of the dictionaries are unique. We cannot give the duplicate key, but values can be duplicate. Consider a simple example where I am creating one dictionary of name my class. In this we have three key value pairs in which 1, 2, 3 are keys and the names are the value for that keys. So each key value pair should be separated by comma and the key and value should be separated by colon. So this is the first form of creating dictionary where we write the key value pair in the curly brackets. Now let's try to understand the second way of creating dictionary. We have to add key value pair to the empty dictionary. So there are two steps for that. So first of all we have to create an empty dictionary and then we will keep on adding key value pair to the dictionary one by one. So let's create empty dictionary. To create empty dictionary we have two options. The first way is we can write the empty curly brackets. It means it is a empty dictionary. And the second way to create empty dictionary is we can use this dict constructor without any argument. So it will also create the empty dictionary. So we created empty dictionary. Now the second step is to store key value pair to the empty dictionary. So this is the syntax to give the key value pair and it will store one by one. So with this example also I am going to create the same dictionary which we created by the first method. So the key is 1 and the value for that key is this. Similarly, one more key pair I am going to create. The key is 2 and the value is this. And the third key is 3 and the value for this is Yash. So in this way we created one dictionary in which we have the same values but we followed the another method to create dictionary. In this first we created the empty dictionary and then we have to add key value pair one by one to the empty dictionary. And empty dictionary we can create in two ways. First by giving the empty curly brackets or by using this constructor. There is one more method to create dictionary by providing different arguments to this constructor dict. So let's understand how we can give the different parameters to this constructor. The first, key as an argument and value as their values. So look at the syntax. We are providing key equals to value as an argument to this dict constructor. Please note that we are giving equal to sign here. So let's create one dictionary using this method. Here student 1 is a name of the dictionary and using this dict constructor we are going to create the dictionary and I am giving the argument as key equals to value. So when we will print it, you can see here we got the dictionary with 3 elements into the dictionary. When we use this type of method to create dictionary, the keys will automatically convert to the string data type. So you can see here age was not string type but it changes to string. Similarly, for all the keys it changes to string because it is enclosed in single quote. The second way of giving parameter to DICT constructor is we can give the key value pair, and here we are using colon for that. So this is the one key value pair, this is another key value pair we are giving to the DICT constructor. So same example I am going to consider, but now I am going to give key value pair. So it is separated by colon. So one dictionary got created of name stud1, and you can see here these are the elements of the dictionary. Let's try to understand the third way of providing argument to the DICT constructor. In this form, first of all, we will enclose all the keys in one bracket and corresponding values in separate bracket, which will be given to the zip function. So what zip function does? It clubs the first key with the first value, second key with the second value, third key with the third value, and so on, which is then given as an argument to the DICT constructor. So in this way one dictionary will get created. So when we will print the values of the dictionary, we are getting this output. There is one more way of passing argument to the DICT constructor. So what we will do in this form, we have to specify the key value pair separately in the form of sequence, which can be tuple or which can be list. So actually we pass one tuple or list to the dictionary which consists of list or tuple of individual key value pair. Let's try to understand with this example. This is one list of key and value, this is the second list of key and value, and this is the third list of key and value, and these three lists are enclosed in one list. So you can see here there is one more square brackets. Now this whole argument is passed to the constructor DICT. So actually it is a list of lists. In this way we created one dictionary student1. In the first example we created the list of lists, and in the second example I am showing how we can create the tuple of tuples. So here I enclose this key and value in round brackets, means we are creating one tuple here, this is the second tuple, and this is the third tuple. All these three tuples are enclosed in one more bracket, means this is finally a one tuple which consists of three individual tuples, which is then passed to the constructor DICT, and we created one dictionary. So you got this dictionary here. So in this way we studied different forms of creating dictionary. The first is the simplest form where we are enclosing the key value pair in the curly brackets. The second way is we have to first create the empty dictionary, and then we can add this key value pair one by one to the empty dictionary. And the third way is there are different types of argument we can send to this DICT constructor. And we can send the argument to the DICT constructor in 4 different forms. The next topic we have to discuss is how to access the elements of the dictionary. You know, in case of list and tuple, even in case of string, we use index to access the elements of the list, tuple and string. But how to access the elements of the dictionary as it is in the form of key value? So here we have to use the keys to access the elements of the dictionary. So here is the syntax. First we have to mention the dictionary name, and in square bracket we have to write the name of the key. Let's consider this dictionary. We have to find out the name of the students with roll number 1. So these keys are actually roll number and we have to find out the name for that roll number. So we can mention the key in the square bracket along with the name of the dictionary. We will get the value of that key. If we will not mention any key in the bracket, then the whole dictionary will get printed. And you will get error if you will give the key here which doesn't exist in the dictionary. So in this way we can access the elements of the dictionary using key because key is unique. It cannot be duplicate. You know dictionary consists of key value pair, so we have keys in the dictionary as well as we have values also in the dictionary. If you want to print all the keys, we have one method keys which will print all the keys of the dictionary. So let's consider the same dictionary. If I am applying this keys method, you can see here I am getting all the keys of the dictionary. In the same way, you can print the values of the dictionary using values method. So dictionary dot values is the syntax for that. So I consider the same dictionary my class, and when I applied this method values, you can see here we are getting all the values of the dictionary. So using these methods, you can print all the keys as well as all the values of the dictionary. Let's continue our discussion of dictionary with dictionary operations. So here are the operations which we are going to perform on dictionary. We will traverse dictionary, we will check how to add the elements of the dictionary, and then we will understand how can we modify or update the elements to the dictionary, and then we will discuss how to delete a dictionary. We will try to understand how to check the existence of a key in a dictionary, and we will print the dictionary in a readable format. So let's discuss these operations one by one. The first operation which we can perform on dictionary is traversing. You are familiar with the traversing technique as we have used this in list and tuples also. Traversing means accessing and processing each element. We have to iterate through the dictionary to access each elements. For that we use the looping construct. So here we are using loop for. So according to the syntax we have to mention here item. Item is actually a key in case of dictionary, and we will search in the dictionary. If that item is in the dictionary, we will print value for that particular key. Let me explain this concept with one simple example. Here is one dictionary. Now using for loop we will access each elements of the dictionary. So for A in my class. So A refers to the keys. If it exists in the dictionary, then we are printing my class of A. Actually we are printing the values for that particular key. So the value for the key 1 is this, the value for the key 2 is this, and the value for the key 3 is this. So we got this output. The second operation we are going to study is adding elements to the dictionary. We can add the elements to the dictionary by assignment. You know dictionary is a mutable data type, so we can change the content of the dictionary. So here is the syntax. We have to mention the key and we have to assign the value for that key which will get added to the dictionary. One thing we can note down, as key cannot be duplicated when you are mentioning this key, it must not exist in the dictionary. Then only it will get added. So I am going to consider the same example so that you will understand different operations on that dictionary. There are 3 elements in the dictionary. Now I have to add the 4th one. So I gave the key 4 and this value I want for that key. So just by assignment we can add the element to the dictionary. So after printing you can see here it got added. We studied how to add the element to the dictionary, but if I want to modify the existing element, that also we can do just by initialization. The syntax is same, but when we are adding element to the dictionary, this key must not exist in the dictionary. But when we are updating it, we are updating the value which is there in the dictionary. So this key should exist in the dictionary. Then only we can update that content which is already present in the dictionary. So in this dictionary, I want to change the value for this key 3. So I gave the 3 here key and changed value. So it will get updated. So here is the result. It got changed from this value to the mentioned value. If we can add an element to the dictionary, in the same way we can delete also. There are 4 different ways to delete an item from the dictionary, but these 3 methods we will be discussing later in this video. Now we are going to discuss only del statement to delete an item from the dictionary. So here is the syntax. The del is a keyword, then we have to mention the dictionary name, and the key is unique. If you will mention key, that entry from the dictionary will get deleted. So from this dictionary, my class, I want to delete the entry which has key 3. So I mentioned it. You can see here that key value pair got deleted. Means that element got deleted from the dictionary. If you will not mention any key, whole dictionary will get deleted. Even the object my class also will get deleted along with the elements. So if you will try to print with that variable name, you will get the error. And the key which you are specifying with the del statement doesn't exist in the dictionary, then the exception key error will be raised. So to delete an element, the key which you are specifying must exist in the dictionary. So to delete an element from the dictionary, you can use del statement. The next operation is we are checking the existence of a key. If you want to check that key is present in the dictionary or not, we can use two membership operator in and not in. You are familiar with this membership operator. It gives result in the form of true or false. So this is the general format to check it. Key in dictionary. So this key will check in dictionary whether it is present or not. If it is present, it will give true. If it is not exist in the dictionary, it will give false. Similarly, we can use not in operator. Not in operator is just reverse of in. So key not in dictionary. If it doesn't exist in the dictionary, it will give true. If it exists in the dictionary, it will give false. So let's apply this membership operator. Here I have to check whether key 2 is present in this dictionary or not. You can see here 2 is present, so I am getting the result in the form of true. You can use this membership operator along with if statement to check. Here I am going to implement not in operator. I have to find out whether this key is not present in this dictionary, and you can see from this dictionary the 5 key doesn't exist, so we are getting true. So in and not in membership operator only works on keys, not on the values. So in this way, using membership operators, you can check the existence of the key in the dictionary. The next operation is pretty printing of a dictionary. You know, for printing we generally use the print function. So consider this dictionary. If I want to print this dictionary using print method, we will get output in the form of key value pair. But this is not in the proper order. I want some readable and presentable form. Then you can use one function dumps for that, and this dump function is present in the JSON module. You know what is modules and how to use them. So this is the syntax to use dumps function. Dumps function is in JSON module, so we have to first import that module using the import statement. JSON.dumps, the first argument is dictionary name and the second argument is indent. So first we have to mention the name of the dictionary, and indent means it will leave that many spaces. So it is a number of spaces for indentation. So when I try to print this dictionary using dumps method, you can see this is the output. In the beginning we are getting 3 spaces of indentation. So it is a prettier form of printing which is more readable and presentable. Okay, let's continue our discussion with dictionary manipulation. Here is the list of the functions and method which are used for manipulating dictionary. So let's study these functions and method one by one. The first function is len function. This function we studied in case of list and in case of tuple also. It works in the same way for dictionary also. It returns the number of elements of the dictionary. And as it is a function, we send the dictionary name as an argument to the len function. It returns an integer number which is a count of the elements of the dictionary. So here is a one dictionary having two elements into it. So when we applied this len function on the dictionary, we got 2. So there are 2 elements in the dictionary. You know dictionary contains key value pairs, so we can access individual keys, even we can access individual values, and we can access all the items of the dictionary. So for that we have 4 different methods. The first one is get. Get is used to get the value for the given key. The next is items. It is used to get all the items of the dictionary. If you want to get all the keys, then we have keys method, and to print all the values of the dictionary, then we can use values method. So let's try to understand these methods in detail. The first is get method. It is used to get the value of the given key. So here is the syntax. We have to mention here key for which we have to print the value. So look at this dictionary. I have created one dictionary of the grocery list. Now I want to print the value of the key 3. You can see here the value of this key 3 is apple. So when I gave this key to the get method, we got the value of that key. If the specified key doesn't exist in the dictionary, we will get error. It is according to the lower versions of the Python. If in your version you will try to execute this command, you will not get any error. You will not get any output also because key doesn't exist in the dictionary. The second argument to the get method is default. This is an optional argument. If the specified key doesn't exist in the dictionary, then that message will get printed. Look at this example. I am specifying the same key which I specified here, 5, which is not present in the dictionary, but this time I have given one message here. So instead of printing error or not getting any output in case of newer version, you will get one message. So I gave this message key not found, so I am getting this message. So the specified message will get printed if key doesn't exist in the dictionary. If you want to access all the items in the dictionary, then you can use the items method. So here is the syntax for that. Dictionary.items. There is no argument for this item method, and it returns a sequence of key value pair, and it returns in the form of tuples. Consider one simple dictionary on which I applied items method. So you can see here we are getting the key value pair. You know tuples are enclosed in brackets. So you can see here these are in the brackets. The third method is keys method. Keys method returns all the keys of the dictionary, and it will return in the form of list. So here is the syntax for that. Dictionary.keys. It also doesn't take any argument and returns a list of keys. Same dictionary I am going to consider here. When I applied keys method on that dictionary, I got a list of keys. You know list we enclosed in square brackets. So keys method will display all the keys of the dictionary. Keys method will display all the keys of the dictionary. If you want to print all the values of the dictionary, then we can use the values method. It returns all the values of the dictionary in the form of list, same as keys method. And the syntax is also similar to that, taking no argument and returning a list of values. So consider same dictionary, and when we will apply the values method on that dictionary, we are getting all the values in the form of list. So you can notice here we have used square brackets because it is a list of values. The next method which we are going to study is from keys. It is used to create a dictionary. We discussed different techniques to create a dictionary. There is one more option to create a dictionary by using from keys method. So look at the general form for that. dict dot from keys, and there are two arguments. The first is key sequence and the second one is value. Here we are mentioning the sequence of keys, and the specified value will be assigned to all the keys. So we have here one common value which are going to assign to all the keys of the key sequence. We can understand this easily with the example. So let's consider one simple example. We are creating here one dictionary D1, and here is the key sequence. So there are total 4 keys and value I have mentioned as 100. So this value 100 will be assigned to all the keys which are mentioned in the key sequence. So let's check the output. You can see here the value of the key 1 is 100. The value of key 2 is also 100. Similarly for 3 and 4 also the value is 100. We can use this technique of creating dictionary in a situation like if we want to give the scholarship to the student those who acquire the percentage more than 75. So the common value will be applied to all the students. The second parameter value is optional. If you will not mention that, none will be assigned to all the values. So in this example, I did not write the value part. So you can see here, none value got assigned to all the keys. So this is also one of the way to create dictionary, where we have to assign one common value to all the keys of the dictionary. We can add or update the existing value of the dictionary. For that we have two methods. One is set default and one is update. Set default method is used to insert a new key value pair, and the update method will update the existing value, or it can add the new value also to the dictionary. So first we will discuss the set default method. So here is the general form to write the set default method. dict.setDefault, and in the bracket we have two arguments. So the first argument is key and the second argument is value. So this key value is the key value pair which we want to add in the dictionary. And the second parameter is optional. If you will not give the value for that key, it will consider as none. So there are two criteria. If the key is not present in the dictionary, then it will get added, because key cannot be duplicate. And this set default method returns the value of that key. But what if the given key is already present in the dictionary? Then the specified key value will not be updated in the dictionary, and it will return the current value of the specified key. Means it will return the value of the key which is already present in the dictionary. So let's consider one simple example. Here is a dictionary of name My Games. In that we have already two elements. This is the first element and this is the second element. Now I want to add one more element to this dictionary. So I mentioned the key, comma, I mentioned the value for that key. And set default method returns the value part of the specified key. So we are getting this value. After adding the value to the dictionary when we are printing, you can see here the third element what we specified with the set default method got added in the dictionary. If you will miss the value argument of the set default method, it will take as none. In the third example, I am trying to add one element to the dictionary with the existing key. You can see here the 3 already is there in the dictionary. If I am trying to add it, the element will not get added and it will give the value of the current key. So the current key is 3 and the value of that will get printed and the specified item will not get added in the dictionary. We use set default method to add an item, but if it is already exist in the dictionary, it will not get added. That time we can use the update method to change the existing element. Update method merge key value pair from the new dictionary to the original dictionary. And if the item is already exist with the same key, it will override it. So if you want to change the existing element with new element, you can use the update method. So this is the syntax. We have to write the original dictionary here, dot update, and the argument to the update method is new dictionary. So here is the first dictionary which is original, and one more dictionary I have considered here, that is the new one. Now we have to replace the content of the new dictionary to the original dictionary. So I am using update method. Now let's compare both the dictionary and we will try to find out what are the changes have been made. Let's look at the first element. We already had the key name here. So if it is already exists, it will override. So for name, now we got the new value that was in the new dictionary. Now for second element also the key is already exists, so it will override the value. So we got the salary 30,000. Now let's check for these two elements. Age is not mentioned in the new dictionary, so it is as it is. And one more element we are trying to add, so it also got updated in the new dictionary. So if it is already exist, it will override. If not, it will get added. One new concept we are going to study with the dictionary, that making a shallow copy of the dictionary. First, let's try to understand what is shallow copy and what is deep copy. In shallow copy, only the keys which is called as reference is created and the content means the values of the dictionaries is not copied. So in shallow copy, only the keys got copied but not the values. In contrast, in case of deep copy, both the keys and the values are copied to the new dictionary. So let's consider one example. Here is a original dictionary having some numbers as key and there are some names as their values. So when we will create the shallow copy, you can see here only keys are copied here. These are the original keys which got copied. So in shallow copy, only keys will get copied. But in deep copy, both keys and values will get copied. So this was the original dictionary we had and we created the deep copy. So in the deep copy you can see keys and values both got copied. And according to your portion, we are going to study about shallow copy, not about the deep copy. So here is a method copy which is used to create the shallow copy of the dictionary. Shallow copy means in the new dictionary, only the keys of the original dictionaries will get copied, not the values. So here is the syntax. Dictionary name to be copied and it returns the shallow copy. It doesn't take any argument. So here is the first dictionary, student 1, and I want to create a copy of it. So student1 dot copy method I am applying and storing in the new dictionary. So new dictionary got created and we got this output internally. Only the keys got copied, not the values. Now it's time to study how to delete an element from the dictionary. We know there are 4 ways to delete an item from the dictionary. The del statement we already studied. Now we will study these 3 methods. The first is pop. Pop removes an element from the dictionary associated with the past key. Here is the syntax dictionary.pop, and there are 2 arguments to this. First is key and the second is value, which is optional. So the dictionary is the name of the dictionary from which we have to remove the item, and the key argument specifies the key to be deleted. And this optional parameter value is the message to be written if key doesn't exist. So if you will mention some value here or some message, it will get returned if key doesn't exist in the dictionary. Otherwise, if you will not mention it, it will raise the error. So consider one simple example. Here is a dictionary. Student 1, I want to delete the item with the key 3. So I mentioned key 3 in the pop method. And the pop method returns the value of that key. So we got the value of the key 3. You can see here the value of key 3 is named Adi. And when we are printing the dictionary, you can see here the element with the key 3 got deleted. So this element is removed from the dictionary. If you will not mention the value, you will get the key error if doesn't exist in the dictionary. But if you will mention some value or some message, that will get printed instead of the error. So we are giving one message doesn't exist. So you can see here we got the message because 5 key doesn't exist in the dictionary. You can see here only 3 keys are there. And now after deleting only 2 keys are there. So 5 doesn't exist in the dictionary and we gave some value part here, it will get displayed. If instead of message we are giving some value, that will get printed if that key doesn't exist in the dictionary. So what's the advantage of the pop method? We discussed del statement also. Using pop method we can print some message if the key doesn't exist in the dictionary. Now there is one more method to delete an item from the dictionary is pop item. It removes the key value pair from the dictionary and it returns the same. Here are some of the specialties of the pop items. It deletes the item from the dictionary which is entered last. So it works on the concept of last in, first out. So the last item entered in the dictionary will get deleted first. As it returns the key value pair, it will return in the form of tuple. Means it will be enclosed in the round bracket. If the dictionary is empty and you are trying to delete, then it will raise a key error. You know, if it is empty, we cannot delete it. So here is the syntax dictionary.pop item. The dictionary is the dictionary name from which you have to delete. And this method returns the deleted key in the form of key value pair in tuple. Okay, let's apply this pop item on one dictionary. Here is the dictionary. So when I will apply the pop item on the dictionary, the last item will get deleted. And it returns the key and value in form of tuple. So when we are trying to print the dictionary, you can see here the last item got deleted from the dictionary. Now we are going to discuss the fourth form of deleting an entry from the dictionary. We discussed del statement, we discussed pop method, even we discussed pop item method. Now let's discuss the clear method. It will delete all the items of the dictionary. So here is the syntax dictionary.clear. So when I am applying the clear method on the dictionary, you can see here we are getting the empty dictionary. So the clear method will delete all the elements of the dictionary and the dictionary will be empty. One of the main operation on any data structure is sorting. Sorting means arranging the elements in the order. By default, it will arrange in the ascending order. So in case of dictionary, we can use sorted function. Sorted function sorts the keys of the dictionary. The syntax is sorted. In bracket we have two arguments. The first one is the dictionary name which is to be sorted, and you can mention reverse equals to true if you want to sort the dictionary in the descending order. By default it will sort in the ascending order. So let's try to sort this dictionary. I applied the sorted function on the dictionary named stud1. So when we are printing it, you can see here the keys of the dictionary got sorted in the ascending order. Now let's sort these keys of the dictionary in the descending order. I have just added this second parameter reverse equals to true. So now the keys will be sorted in the descending order. So to sort the keys, we can use sorted function. We use the sorted function in case of list and tuple also. The next category of functions is min, max and sum. We have applied these functions on the list and tuple also. So these functions will work in the similar manner, but now we have to consider the keys here. So min function will return the minimum key, the max function will return the maximum key of the dictionary, and the sum will calculate the sum of the keys of the dictionary. The syntax is similar as list and tuples, and here is one dictionary we will try to apply on it. You can see here when I wrote the name of the dictionary, only keys will get considered because these functions are applied on keys. So the minimum key is 1, so we got this answer 1. The maximum key is here 3, so we got 3, and we are calculating the sum of the keys which is 6. Let's create one simple dictionary. We have to write one program to enter total number of sections, and for that many sections we have to enter the teacher's name, and all this information we have to print on the screen. So let's understand the steps. First of all, we will create one empty dictionary that you can create in different ways. You can even give the empty curly brackets for that. Then we will enter the number of sections, and for loop will iterate through n number of times, and we will enter the name of the section and the name of the teacher, and the section and name we will add into the dictionary one by one. After adding, we have to just print that dictionary, and while printing you can do the formatting. So let's write code for this. Okay, let's create one empty dictionary. I am using empty curly braces for that. Now we have to enter the number of section. For that I am taking variable n, and we are using integer function along with input. Now for loop will iterate n times and will take the section name and the teacher's name. So for I in range n. Now we will take input for section and teacher's name. No need to use int function along with input here because we want string values, and by default input function converts the input into string. Now the section is key for us and the teacher's name is value for that key, and in that format we will add this into the dictionary. So the dictionary name is class 11 and we have to give the key here. So the key is section and the name is the value for that. In this way we store the elements into the dictionary. Now we have to just print it. So first print the headings. I have used here \t for tab spaces. You can format your output according to you. After printing these headings, we have to print the elements of the dictionary. For that I am using for loop. So taking one variable which will iterate through the dictionary. So the dictionary name is class 11. Now we have to print first message we have given is class. So class is fixed, that is 11th. The next value which we have to print is section. Section is the key. So when we are iterating using for loop, this I consider as a key. So here we will print the value of I so that we will get the section name. After that we have to print teacher's name, which is the value of that key. So we can print the value of that key using dictionary name and in square bracket key, and the key here is I. When we were printing these headings, we have added \T for tab spaces. Here also we should add, so you will get the proper output. So let's add it. Now let's check the output. First of all, you have to enter the number of sections. So I am going to enter 3 sections. You can give according to you. Now we have to enter that many section names and the teacher's name. So let's give the input. You can see the output. We have created dictionary and we are getting class name, then section name we are printing, and we are printing the teacher's name. Here the output you can adjust. You can give one more \T so that it will come accordingly. Okay, let's try one more program. In this program we have to count the frequencies of numbers in a list, but that too using dictionaries. Suppose we have one list of values. Here I have some numbers 10, 20, 30, and again I am entering these number. Now I have to count the frequency of these numbers. So you can see here this 10 is 2 times. This 20 is also 2 times and the 30 is once. Let's try to understand the logic of this program. First of all, we will create one empty list. Then we will take the number of elements and we will iterate through these numbers and enter that many elements. That elements we will enter to the list. So we got this list, suppose. After that we will create one empty dictionary. Then we will iterate through the list and we will check whether this value is present in the dictionary. If it is present, we will increase the count by 1. If it is not present, then the count will be 1, because you can see if it is not repeated, at least it is present once. And finally we will print the number and the frequency of that number. So let's try to write code for this. The first step is to create empty list. So we have created one empty list. In the next step, we will take the number of elements which we have to add into the list. Now using for loop, we will take that many elements. Let's enter that many elements. After taking the element, we will keep on appending the elements to the list. So I am using append method for that. lst.append and the name of the element is ele. In this way we created the list. Now let's print the list also, so that we will come to know that list got created. After this we have to create the empty dictionary that we are creating by writing empty curly brackets. Now we will iterate through the list and we will check the element is present in the dictionary or not. If it is present, we will keep on increasing the value by 1. If it is not present, then at least the element will be once in the dictionary. So let's use for loop for I in list. So it will iterate through the list. Now we have to check that number is present in the list already or not. If I in D. If it is present, then we will increase the value. So the value we will consider by writing D of I. So we will keep on increasing by 1. You can use some special assignment operators also. I am using here simple assignment operator. If it is not present, then at least the value will be 1 because it is present once. Finally, we have to print the elements of the dictionary, and there are many elements, so we need again for loop to iterate through all the elements of the dictionary. So let's use for loop for I in dictionary. Now we have to print the key and the value because in dictionary we will have key value pair. So key is I in this case and the value will be D of I. In between this I am going to print colon so that it will be in the key value pair. Now let's check the output of this. So first we have to enter the number of elements. So I am going to enter 5 elements. So randomly I will enter the elements. Some elements I will repeat. So you can see here the element 1 is 2 times. The element 2 is also 2 times. But this element 3 is only once. Here we have to give colon, not semicolon. Try practicing more example based on dictionary. So in this video we studied chapter number 12, that is dictionary. With that we completed unit number 2, which was complete Python. Hope you have understood the concept. If you have any doubt, you can write in the comments. In the next video I am going to take chapter number 13, that is cyber security. So till then keep studying. See you in the next video.